Are you like me? Do you look up at the sky on a summer night and wonder what bats are doing flying around outside? They swoop and dive and it looks like they're having so much fun. But how do they see to do that? How well can bats really see in the dark? It's time for some batty science facts. You might have heard that bats can see really well at night. In fact, you might have heard that they can see 10 times better than you can. But is that true? It turns out that there's more to the story. There are more than 1,400 species of bat living around the world today, and they come in a whole range of sizes. The little cuties you might see in your backyard are probably small insectivorous bats. And those little guys have pretty good eyesight. Some can spot a moth 60 feet away and are quick enough to catch it before it has a chance to flutter away. That is impressive. But for the most part, bats don't rely on their eyesight to find food or navigate. Most bats use echolocation to get around and find yummy bugs to eat. Echolocation allows them to understand their surroundings by emitting a sound and listening to what bounces back. By knowing how long it takes for the echoes to return and where they're coming from, bats can tell how far away an object is and whether or not it's worth trying to catch. Plus, they can use the skill to identify the size, shape, and even the texture of objects around them. Isn't that neat? Echolocation works because most bats produce sounds with frequencies higher than what humans can hear. When these high-pitched sounds hit an object, some are bounced back to the bat's ears as an echo. Just like you can pinpoint where a friend is by yelling, "Hey, Marco," and hearing them yell, "Polo," back at you. But it's a little different. Instead of using your ears to locate your friend, bats use their inner ears to process the echoes and determine the location of the object. And instead of Marco Polo, they use a range of squeals, clicks, and whistles to gather information about their surroundings. Some of these sounds are so high-pitched that they fall outside the range of human hearing, which is about 20 Hz to 20 kHz. The sounds used by bats are between 35 and 85 kHz. And it's generally accepted that sounds above 20 kHz aren't human sounds. So when you hear a bat squeak, you won't be able to tell exactly what it sounds like or how loud it really is. That's why we say that these sounds are ultrasonic. Ultrasound is any sound wave with a frequency higher than what humans can hear. And bats aren't the only animals that use ultrasound for echolocation. Some dolphins, whales, oilbirds, and even some shrews do it too. Each of these animals uses sound waves in a slightly different way to gather information about the world around them. So, back to the question, can bats see? Yes, they can see pretty well in the dark. But no, they can't see 10 times better than us. In fact, some species have pretty terrible eyesight, and thank goodness for that. If they could see really well at night, they might not have evolved echolocation, which makes them super cool and also helps them survive. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe so you never miss an awesome episode. See you later.